Hey, how y'all doing today? Back at it again with another podcast for you, episode number 44. Today we're going to talk about a little bit more about writing and NaNoWriMo. Hopefully you're doing a bunch of writing and you got a lot done already. Today we're going to talk about faith. Now, I know you're thinking, what does this have to do with writing? Now listen, just hear me out. One of the reasons why people don't write every day, why people procrastinate. A lot of people who are writers tell me this all the time. People who are just aspiring writers or who used to write a lot or, people who have talent and skill. They're people who can do the dang thing and make something of themselves in writing. They can make really good stories. They're good storytellers in general. You'd be surprised how many people are out there who are talented. There is an ocean of talent out there. That's why you have to look at talent and just know that it is a commodity. It isn't very rare. That's not to devalue it. Not saying that being talented is bad or not common or whatever. What I'm trying to say to you is talent is abundant, right? Which is a good thing. And it should be inspiring. And you should understand that it's okay to see the world in that way and understand that talent is everywhere. It's supposed to pump you up, right? What I'm trying to really say is, even though talent is abundant and everything, most people never live up to their full potential. And one of the biggest reasons why is because they don't have faith in themselves. They don't have confidence in themselves. And there's a level of confidence. It's like two different things. In my opinion, confidence and faith are not the same. Confidence is you believing yourself. Sure, you can believe in yourself that you're doing something, but having faith in something is a whole other subject entirely. Let's say you write something. You have confidence in yourself. Yeah, I can write well, blah, blah, blah. But having faith in the product that you put out there, that you finished, right? Having faith that it will inevitably put you in a better spot, right, is a whole new tier, okay? Confidence is one tier, but faith is a whole new tier. It is far and above beyond, right? Far and above beyond confidence, okay? Having faith in your product means you're done with the product or you're in the middle of doing it and you just finished writing it, right? And it's past tense. It's done, right? You did what you did. Having faith means you saw it. It's done. It's already on the table. You saw what it was and you believe in it, right? You ultimately believe in it. Confidence is, in my opinion, you having belief in yourself to getting the job done. It's not done yet, but you have confidence in getting it done. Those are two different things, okay? You don't have control over the product once it's finished, right? That's why it's faith and not confidence. So, writing is faith-based, okay? The product is faith-based. You have to have faith ultimately in the product, right? That means you have to have a high level of confidence in yourself, right? Enough that you can actually get the job done and then have faith that the product inevitably in the end will be better off being made than not made, right? You basically believe in a community that's out there, a target audience that's out there who will want to buy or at least read your product, right? So you have that level of faith. That's why I believe, if you come from a religious background, you kind of have an advantage over people who don't have a religious background. Because having a religious background means, hopefully, right? Hopefully, you're acclimated in believing in something that you have no control over, right? You're acclimated in believing something that's just beyond your reach, right? So being able to shift that over into believing in something you've already made and is finished, hopefully would not be a big stretch for you, right? That's the kind of advantage. That's like it's like a writing exercise, but in your mind. It's a mental exercise you're doing. You're allowing yourself the belief in your work, so then you can actually move on to the next thing. Because one of the biggest reasons people never finish what they're doing is because they're having so much doubt in themselves. And then also when they're done, they have so much doubt in their work. They hate it. And it's okay to not love your work. It's okay to see flaws and want to do all these changes to it. But the truth is, time is against you. Time is finite. You don't have all the time in the world. You don't. The truth is, you do not have that time. You need to move on to the next thing, right? To keep building that portfolio. It's just like an artist. You are building a portfolio. You need to have that portfolio under your table, okay? Under you. Because then you are able to look back and say, look what I did. Nobody can take this away from me. Look at the work I did. You may not like the work that I did. You may not even like me as a person, but you can't take this away from me. You can't. That's a power you have in yourself. That's why you must have faith in your work. It's all about you letting go of the fear, right? You're still letting go. You still have that fear. You're like, oh, if I could just do that one little thing, if I could just edit one more thing. No, let go. Let go. Okay? You are somebody who has to move on. You have a lot of work ahead of you, and you have to be excited about it. That's the journey. Okay? If you are going to write something and you're going to make it in an ocean of writers, in the ocean of people who write things, who make stuff, you need to keep pushing. Keep pushing, keep marching. That's what's going to separate you. Okay? At the end of the game, it is a game, really. At the end of the day, okay, the name of the game is attrition. Who is the guy who's gonna make it? Who is gonna stand out? It's the guy who doesn't stop. The guy who doesn't stop. The guy who marches on. Inevitably, people will see that. They're gonna love, oh yeah, that guy, he's been in the game for 30 years. Look at all the work he has. Look at her. Look at all the work she has. They can't take that away from you. They don't even like you and they can't take that away from you. That's a power. You need to keep pushing. If you do it, it will be done. Think about that. If you do it, it will be done. You make the thing, it's finished, move on to the next thing. You make the thing, it's finished, move on to the next thing. Maybe it's not the greatest thing in the world, but look at the stories that are out there, that are big conglomerate giants right now. I'm going to give you one right now. X-Men. When X-Men came out, that writing was not good. I'm sorry. It was not good. Not by today's standards. It's okay. It's not, it's not like, horrible, but it's not like, it's not by any stretch of the imagination good today. It's repetitive. But look at how they kept pushing. They kept pushing, they kept writing, they kept making. That thing's a giant conglomerate. That's a giant conglomerate. And that can be you. You can have that. People talk about Harry Potter and all these books all the time. There's books that don't even have like any sort of, I'm going to be honest with you, refined work behind it at all. You look at, if you go to Barnes & Nobles, you will see what I'm talking about. No offense to the Barnes & Noble books, but there's some real books out there that made it and they're not good. Okay? So use that as inspiration. Believe in yourself and believe in your work. You need that. Okay? If you're going to have faith in your work for just a little minute or two of your writing, see how that feels. That feeling is great. Knowing that you are going to be able to, quote unquote, inevitably make it is going to actually empower you to keep pushing, keep writing, keep making it. And then before you know it, you've fallen in love with the world you made. You love the characters you have. It's one of those things where the more you do, the better you like it. It's inevitable. You become acclimated to it. It's like a wave. It's like a chart. If you look at any of those charts, those number charts where you see stocks, they go up, they go down, they go up, they go down. That's going to be you. There'll be days where you don't feel like it, but because you believe in it you're going to keep pushing. You're going to get to the point where you love it again. And then you're going to go do even more. And you have a whole history behind you. You have a whole continuity behind you. You have a whole canon behind you. And because you're done, there's a new reader every day. Someone's going to see your work and go, this guy is legit. I love this stuff. If they love the beginning stuff, can you imagine what they're going to love when the current stuff you're working on now? I mean, come on. You have to allow yourself mistakes. It's okay. That's the whole part of life. Can you imagine people believing in the same way they believe their kids? Like not having any faith in their kids and treating that like they do their books? Nobody will be raised right. That's the truth. Everybody will grow up with no confidence and never succeed in anything. So you need to treat your work like it's your kids and look at it and say, I know at some point this is going to become something really special. Something really special. Just keep pushing. Okay? So that's today's lesson. I hope you learned something. If you did, hit the like button. Thanks very much for watching or listening. Have a great day. Bye-bye.